the way we cooperate, the way we make decisions? Will that change our creative ability? What if, instead of destroying our enemies, we destroy the concept of enemies? And what if our imagination on the potential of our own cognitive abilities was much like the 1800s, where if you went there and you said, "Sir or madam, could you please tell me, could you please give me a rousing speech on the potential of electricity? What will it power one day?" It probably would have said, "Lights." That's the key. Our imagination constrains us with what we're familiar with. Now, in building these technologies, and in any revolution, it is not guaranteed that things are going to go well. We've seen that happen many times. Revolutions come, windows open up, the old is pushed aside, and a new narrow window is opened up. So how might we be thoughtful in building these technologies? Let's give you one example. When I use Facebook today, I log in and I socialize with my friends and my family. In exchange for that, they acquire as much data as they possibly can about me. They know me better than my girlfriend. And that's the same relationship I have with Google and Twitter and the government, who is also collecting everything they can about me. I really dislike this relationship. Now let's imagine if we have these interfaces and we're streaming our thoughts and our secrets and our imaginations and our fantasies in real time. I really dislike that relationship. So what if we had the power of these tools, and what if we could drop these things in the blockchain? And what if we said that human data privacy was a human right? And that in doing that, we leverage these tools to recreate societal structure on trust, security, to work against things like terrorism or mass shootings. Where if you are represented by the blockchain and you are secure with all your information and you give permission to others, but then people build algorithms of security to hit your blockchain and say, is this person safe to enter your website? We can rebuild it. The idea that a centralized government can keep society safe is insane. We have to rebuild these fundamental architectures. So, two final thoughts. One is, we have broadly agreed in society that we respect reading and writing as a fundamental need for all of us. It allows us to communicate, cooperate, share information. There's another form of literacy that we need as a society, and that is future literacy. I was recently in Saudi Arabia with a gentleman who was telling me about his 2030 goals for his country. And I thought, that's amazing because that's 13 years away, the world's going to change 100 times over between now and then. And I said, let's play a game here. Let's imagine that we have a robot and we're trying to get it to the far end of that sandhill over there. And so we program the robot, we do a topographical map of the area, and it programs to wind its way through the sand to get to that point. The problem with that plan is the moment the robot begins, the sand shifts, and now the robot's stuck. The better way to do it would be to say, we build the robot, we get the sand dune, and we program the robot to respond in real time to anything that comes its way. So no matter how the sand shifts, it can move and hit the endpoint. We as a society need to become that adaptable. And the key to becoming that adaptable is building the baseline tool of technologies and cognitively intervening. So in short, a revolution on the scale of something we've never seen is coming. It's going to be on our front doorsteps in 15 to 20 years on a scale we've never seen before. A window's going to open up, and we're going to have a shot at building something remarkable. And once we build it, it's going to close. So I'm going to go home to my daughter. I'm going to say, baby, I know you've got a lot on your mind. I get it. Monsters are scary. Nagini's in the wall. Animals think, oh, I hear you. But guess what? I'm working on these things, and I just talked to 15,000 people in Lisbon, and they're working on it too. And guess what? We'll do this. So let's not fuck this up. Thank you.
So that was Surf Summit. Every year, the weekend before Web Summit, we gather 250 investors and startups. We put them together. Some of them surf, some of them mountain bike, some of them hike, and they spend 2 very intimate days together. And that's a very rapid edit that's just been done over the last few hours by the team. And we'll open for applications for Surf Summit in the coming weeks for 2018. So everything that we have talked about tonight and all of the content over the next 3 days reveals the powerful influence that technology and by extension technology companies hold on all of our lives. Our next guest is someone who is charged with ensuring that tech companies play fair. She's already leveled unprecedented fines against companies like Google and Amazon, including Apple's recent €13 billion fine. In my view, hold your applause for her. In my view, our next speaker is one of the most important people in the world today. Please welcome, in conversation with the executive editor of Recode, Swisher, the European Commissioner for Competition, Margrethe Vestager.
Thank you. Wow. I feel like Beyonce, but not really. Not even slightly.
But
Anyway,
we have them,
we have them, yeah. I'm not going to sing for you. All right, let's get started. We have a very short time. So, Margrethe, how fucked is Silicon Valley?
Well, I don't like to generalize because everyone should have a fair chance of making it.
Right.
Also in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
But at least serious enough so that we found that a fine of 2.4 billion euros was the fine in the Google case that we just decided.
So talk about where it is now, because you've been out in the forefront of talking to these companies about their power, about their influence, and right now in the United States, finally, in Congress, which is active not at all, and our government is not active very much against these companies, they're under siege, they're under pressure, especially about the Russia investigations. Can you talk a little bit about why you first went for them? Because I think they don't have a sense of their power, and now people are recognizing the potential impact of what they've done.
Well, our values are very simple. If you're successful in the market, it should be because you have the best products, that your customers like you, not because that you cut corners, or you get a tax break, or you don't inform authorities about how things actually are. And this is the case of the Apple case of unpaid taxes, and the Google case of misusing a dominant position, or the Facebook fine of not giving sufficient information to authorities when assessing a case. And on top of sort of my day job as a commissioner of competition, I have this